Statements. I call the member for Penrith and Minister.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The New South Wales Government continues to invest in education right across New South Wales, and particularly in my own electorate. One of the outstanding arrangements we have under the Baird government is the resource allocation model of funding. Over $100 million has been allocated to public schools through the RAM model, and the Penrith electorate has been a huge recipient of that, with millions of dollars coming into our electorate. This is consistent with the over $3.3 billion the Baird government invests in schools across Western Sydney. We've also committed billions of dollars since the 2011 election to maintenance capital works right across Western Sydney, and Penrith is no different. In my own electorate, we're spending $27 million on a state-of-the-art health and support services building at TAFE right in Kingswood. The Nepean College, it's doing a fantastic job and it's expected to be completed by October 2015, currently under construction right now. The new facility will accommodate 1,800 healthcare training spaces, which is critical for the region's skills, and particularly in areas of aged care, nursing, dental, optical and allied health. We've also seen the Nepean Creative and Performing Arts facility open at Nepean High, something that we campaigned on back in 2011, built, delivered, opened and doing an outstanding job. And this finally gives students across Western Sydney an opportunity to I think we've got more than 1 minute. An opportunity to finally access the creative and performing arts educational needs in their own areas. Another school that we have worked incredibly hard on, Mr Speaker, since being elected is Kingswood High School, and it's received $71,000 to develop an on-site cafe training school through the community building partnerships. This is something the school spoke to me about and we've been able to deliver, and it's doing an outstanding job in training students on the school premises, particularly through their partnership with the Nepean Community College, who also utilise the facility. And this has allowed students to operate and work at a cafe environment and learn more about the aspects of the hospitality industry. Kingswood High provides a number of practically orientated courses, and they should be congratulated for their leadership and ensuring that students have the best possible opportunity to invest in their own skills. These initiatives give students a real advantage to seek when they seek entry into the jobs market and undertake further education later in life. Kingswood High has also been the recipient of $770,000 of capital works and maintenance works, including $624,000 for much-needed roof repairs, over $16,000 to upgrade canteens, and $116,000 to ensure modifications for disabled students. Mr Speaker, the school has also worked very, very hard on raising the profile of a much-needed school hall. It does have a gymnasium and hall space, but the school is starting to outgrow those needs. Kingswood is a vibrant, diversified part of my electorate, and recently, Mr Speaker, I wrote to the Minister for Education requesting that a new hall be placed on the priority list for funding. The Minister has indicated that the project will be put forward for assessment against other competing projects across New South Wales government schools, and also acknowledges the continued responsiveness to education issues right across New South Wales. And Mr Speaker, this is a particularly important point of differentiation between our side of government and the opposite side of government. Here's a school that desperately needs a school hall, that clearly deserves one and has a growing population that would utilise such a school hall. But what we've seen from the other side of politics is literally millions and millions of dollars, billions and billions of dollars spent on school halls right across the country, and Kingswood High was ignored. We can never ever forget that. Whilst schools were getting school halls all over the countryside, the one school that's actually asked for one hasn't quite got there yet. So we're going to continue to advocate, to work with this school, to work with the parents and citizens of that school and the school leadership, to actually identify the needs that are required at Kingswood High. We're going to continue to build on the record that's been put in place by the RAM. We're going to continue to build on the record that's been put in place by our Cafe Training Centre. We're going to continue to work hard for those students and make sure they get the school hall that they deserve.
I thank the member for Penrith, and I call the Parliamentary Secretary in reply.
Yeah, I'd just like to reiterate the need for such a wonderful educational facility in the electorate for Penrith, and it really it casts our minds back to the previous crowd, particularly under Building the Education Revolution, where in my electorate we had similar issues. Building facilities that weren't actually purpose-built for what the needs of the community was. And it's disappointing because what we could have done what we could have done with that extra money that would have been spent in an area of need like the member for Penrith.